What's up, St. Louis? It's your host, Luke Farrell of the STL Bucket List Show. The STL Bucket List Show is driven by Bomarito Automotive Group. Bomarito is Missouri's #1 car dealership with over 20 locations, so I guarantee that there's one in your neighborhood. Since the 1970s, Bomarito has sold over 1 million cars, and John and the entire team made us feel completely comfortable when we picked up our new vehicle recently for the family. So I can't thank the Bomarito team enough for driving this episode forward, and enjoy the show. For 50 years, Bankhead and Firth Orthodontics has been proudly serving the vibrant St. Louis community. As a family-owned and operated practice since day one, the commitment to excellence and personalized care runs deep. They believe in giving back to the wonderful people of St. Louis who have entrusted them with their smiles. Step into the 5 locations across St. Louis with modern offices equipped with the latest orthodontic technology. Their 3 amazing doctors are dedicated to providing top-notch, innovative treatments tailored just for you. Join us in celebrating 50 years with Bankhead and Firth Orthodontics, where your family becomes a part of theirs. Schedule your free consultation today and let them help you achieve the confident, gorgeous smile that you deserve. Because in St. Louis, your smile is your legacy.
If you want to hear about St. Louis, tune in to the Bucket List Show weekly. Hear what Marissa and Luke say. It drops every Wednesday. Got a dope new guest every single week. Buckle up for the ride. Who's it gonna be? Who's on the show today? They rep St. Louis. What to do in the loo on a late night, or maybe what to do on a date night. Yeah, Bucket List has you covered. They know what's going on. What's going on? They'll give you, hey, 18 different things to do, or 19 if you need one more to choose. Yeah, this city is a place we call home. A place we call home, yeah.
What's up, St. Louis? It's your host, Luke Farrell of the STL Bucket List Show. We're back with another episode supporting the people, places, and events that make St. Louis special. We couldn't do this show without our wonderful people that listen in each and every week. We've continued to grow. It's a little bit slower this summer. I know it's going to build back up when people have more time. But our incredible partners from Four Hands Brewing Company, Bomarito Automotive, the St. Louis Arts, Regional Arts Commission, and everybody that's helped support our show and allowed us to keep going. But I got a special episode. There's an event happening next week. Okay, less than 6 days away as of you guys listening to this podcast. We are sponsoring the Wing Ding by UCP Heartland. It's going to be at the Armory. And I'm also a judge for the 4th time, I think. The 3rd time, 4th time.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I was a judge during the days where it was virtual.
The COVID years,
Yeah,
right?
when we first started getting our social media folks involved, you were there the first year.
It was cool, man. It was cool to be on Facebook. My mom, I had to create my mother a Facebook account to they all were they went over to one of our family's house and they all watched it. They weren't even social distancing. They were all just watching it, sending money through or sending donations or talking crap or whatever. But I want to first start, the Wing Ding, let's talk about that event. So you guys have been doing this for a while. It's changed a lot of different times, but now it's one of the biggest nonprofit events of the year. So Kevin, one of you guys want to jump in and kind of tell us about the event and its origin and what it's changed to be?
Yeah, so this is our 14th annual Wing Ding. So it's grown year after year. Basically, it's a fun way to raise money for a great cause. So as far as an event itself, what we do is we've gotten 14 different restaurants, local restaurants here in the St. Louis area, and they compete to see who's got the best wings in St. Louis. They compete in 3 different categories, in the buffalo category, the dry rub, and then what we call specialty, which gives the restaurants an opportunity to...
That's a fun one.
Yeah, to flex and see what they can create for the public. And then we have a bunch of local celebrities, if you will, judges, who come out and judge each round. And we bestow the king of wings, we get to see who's got the best. Yeah. And then the public, they get to participate too. They get to vote for people's choice, see which wing they want. And so it's a great event. It's tickets are $30. It's all you can eat wings. There are going to be 42 different kinds of wings you can eat there. All you can eat. Wow. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that's great. And then, so how has the event changed? Because obviously you guys started a lot smaller than you are now. Could you imagine this being at the Armory, the biggest bar in the Midwest, to have this event?
I think this year we're really excited that we're at the Armory. And over the years, we were at Queenie Park where it started, all kind of at a park, family style event. And then of course the COVID years, it was all online, it was all virtual. And then after COVID, we moved to the factory, which was a huge, awesome thing to move us into a huge venue like that. And that's where it kind of started really picking up after the COVID year. And it's now grown to we're expecting almost 1,000 people to attend this year. And now at the Armory, I think we're going to do a lot of good things. So
it's incredible to see, most people just think it's about the chicken wings, and maybe some people buy tickets for that. You never know, because like you said, it's a good value. I mean, $30. But I want to hear about where the money's going, because I think a lot of people, even some of us celebrity judges, don't always know or look into that. We just say, oh yeah, we'll come and judge. But if you could educate our listeners on your guys' foundation, on the UCP Heartland and the work that you guys do, and what you benefit in St. Louis. And
so UCP Heartland, we're a nonprofit organization, and it's really funny because, like you said, Wingding, you could come to Wingding, and a lot of people kind of don't even know the important difference that they're making. And so we're trying to talk about the mission a little bit more this year. We help people with disabilities and with differing abilities. Really, a lot of folks that we serve are the forgotten faces of the community. So we serve a lot of folks that use mobility devices like wheelchairs and other things. As a matter of fact, one of our clients who is unable to speak, but he can communicate through a computer, Andrew, he's actually one of our committee members for this event, and he's helped recruit a lot of our judges. Like he recruited Tom Ackerman to be our chair and our judge.
Tom's his guy, right?
Yeah, they're tight, man. They're very tight.
Yeah, Andrew's awesome.
And he'll be there. He'll be on stage. He's super excited about it. And but we're able to provide support to people with disabilities because this event exists and in a lot of different areas of their lives.
So what kind of work do you guys do? Because like you said, it's with adults and people of all ages.
Yeah, we have kids too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what kind of work does, because I saw that you guys were hiring. I saw that you guys are building your team. So what tell us some of the roles of some of the people at your guys'.
Yeah, so we have 8 different programs we serve at UCP. I don't want to get into every detail about every single program, but kind of our big important programs are our community services. So we work on clients' skills, activities, goals that they might have, and to reach their full potential. We want them, most of our clients, basically all of our clients' goal is to be independent and to be just like everyone else. So we try to make that in every way possible for them. So we have a community services where they work on goals all day, and so their loved ones and families can be able to work and make sure their loved one is cared for and make sure everything is good. We also do an employment program where we find them competitive jobs and something they actually want to do. And a cool stat for UCP is the average time they spend is about 5 years at a work, which I think the average is around 2. So I think that's really cool. And we also have ABA therapy services. So we teach kids with autism services in South City, and we're looking to also expand in that. So we do a lot of different more things in St. Louis.
Wow.
I think one of my favorite programs that we do at UCP is we have a respite care home. It's a home in Webster Groves. If you saw it, you wouldn't know that it was anything more than a house. And a lot of times, because we're serving adults with disabilities, if you have a loved one with a disability and you have to go out of town for work, or you have to go to the grocery store, just want to go out on a date with your spouse one night. You can't just call somebody, the 16-year-old down the street, to come and watch your loved one. You need to have some place that knows what they're doing and that you can feel safe and confident in. And that's what this respite home is.
I didn't even know you guys did that. That's amazing.
Yeah. And so we can house up to 8 people overnight. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And it's an opportunity not only for you to kind of free up your time if you have to go do some just basic life things, but also if you've ever had to take care of maybe an aging parent or whatever, that caregiver fatigue is a real thing. It just gets tiring, and sometimes you just need a break. And we're able to provide families that. But then the other thing that house is able to do is when there's a person with a disability in a crisis, we're able to take them in. So, for example, it happens more often than you'd like it to, but someone with a disability is living at home with their aging parents, and their parents go to the hospital or pass away. And now, all of a sudden, that individual has no place to stay. It takes time for them to get through the DMH system, through the system in the state to get them housing. And so we're one of the first places they call to get a placement, so they can stay with us for a day, a week, a month. 9 months, I think, was one of our longest ones.
I think so.
And and then we can find them the appropriate housing for what their needs are.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I think it's interesting the job placement too. Who did I meet there at the happy hour? He works at the Butterfly House.
Jason.
Oh, Jason. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wait, how long has he worked at the Butterfly House?
He's the longest.
31 years?
Something like that. He's
Something
the longest
31 years?
tenured employee at the Butterfly House.
It's
As a matter of fact,
something
if you
crazy.
go to our UCP Heartland's YouTube page, we did a video about him a couple years ago, and it's incredible.
He's worked there 31 years.
He lives independently now.
nuts.
He lives in his own apartment with support. Actually, Andrew's his roommate, which
Yeah.
is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And they're great buddies, but Jason's a great guy.
That's amazing. I think that, we want to eat chicken wings and we want to drink beer and we want to have a good time, but I think it's important to know why we're doing it, why the judges are posting about it to sell tickets. And I think it's important for the people that are listening, if you guys are doing, it's on a Tuesday night. You're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's nothing going on.
Yeah, there's nothing
it's
going
wings,
on.
It's beer.
Tuesday. It's the couple days before the kids go back to school.
That's right.
It's back to school. You're inside in the air conditioning. There's plenty of parking down there. I mean, I could sell it for you guys too. So we got.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, we gotta get it rolling. But I want to talk about some of the judges. I mean, we got radio personalities, TV personalities, social media influencers, business execs and stuff like that. So first, let's hear about some of the sponsors. I know we have some Tums, which is important when you're eating spicy food.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of your guys' partners, and then we can roll into some of the judges.
So our presenting sponsor for the third year in a row is Tums, which we're super excited and thankful for.
Just makes sense.
Just makes perfect sense. And they'll be there that night with a table giving out Tums. So if you need some Tums, make sure to stop by their table. And we also have American Direct Resources. They're our VIP sponsor this year. And then we have Worldwide Technology and Sharks as our specialty wingding sponsors. And of course, there's a lot of other sponsors that we cannot thank everyone because there's a lot to go through. But we appreciate
But it takes
them.
those big corporate companies to get behind it to really help you guys keep
It
pushing.
does, especially with Tums. I think that's kind of the big. It makes sense, like you said. It fits perfectly. They're in St. Louis.
I bet they're excited to be
What
back
other
downtown
perfect
again,
thing
too.
for wings and
Exactly.
Tums?
Yeah, they can come over right after
100,
work.
100%.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But yeah, I think that people don't necessarily realize the resources that go into putting on an event like this. It's not just selling tickets. It's not just convincing a bunch of people to volunteer, and then also the restaurants, and they have to give, and then the people have to give their time to judge. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to get, and then just the cost of putting on an event. So it's important that they get sponsored. I know that's a whole year thing for you guys. You're always working on it.
We're always moving on it, and I think that's a good point with, especially with the event. I mean, for the restaurant side of things, we have 14 restaurants that have all committed to donating their time, their wings, and effort to do this event. And yes, it's a competition. I feel like the day of, once they start cooking, all the restaurants, a kind of a flip switch, like, oh wait, yeah, we're doing this for a good cause, but we need to win this thing.
Absolutely.
So I think it's fun that once, the lights come on, the judges start being there. And I think we have some really cool judges this year.
We've got some great ones.
If you want to kind of mention to a couple of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a lot of our returning judges. So like I said, Tom Ackerman, he's our chair for the event from KMOX, and he's going to be back. We have Randy Carricker from ESPN 101. We
Legends in the radio.
Right,
Legends.
exactly. We've kind of branched out to a couple of new folks. So we got Mike Risk. He's the head chef over at the Clover and the Bee this year. So we got some people who've got professional taste
Experience,
buds, right, that are going to be there. And then I'm excited actually about one of our new judges, Paige Sparks. So she's got quite a following on social media.
We're going to be talking to her in a little bit, too.
Yeah, I saw her walk in earlier. She's got a great following on, and she gives out some incredible information. And actually, as we've been watching her since she's come on as a judge, I've really thought a lot about how what she does in her work world actually relates a lot to what we do with our clients in the employment program, and making sure that employees have what they need to have a quality experience in their workplace.
Taken care of.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible. I can't wait to talk to Paige. So before we wrap up, guys, how do we get tickets? Where do we go? Give us some more details about the event for the people that are listening.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to recap, it's Tuesday, August 13th at the Armory. You can buy tickets at www.uscp event.ucpheartland.com or .org, I mean. If you go to our Facebook, we have a Facebook event page. If you go to Instagram, go to STL Bucket List, check out their video. And yeah, you can buy tickets that way. Day of, tickets go up $10. So instead of $30, it's $40 for day of. So make sure to buy your tickets before the day of. And VIP as well goes up $10.
VIP, and then you can get group tickets and stuff like that.
The other thing I'd say is if you can't make it for some reason that night or whatever, you can still make a donation. You can still help the cause even if you're not coming out to eat the wings. And then, of course, you can check out our social media to see who won and go visit those restaurants. But you can still be part of the good that this community does.
So can you guys talk about, and this is putting you guys on the spot, but can you talk about a bucket list restaurant that you're excited about this year? I mean, you guys have some back, but like it's hard. I mean, they're all great. But like, was there one when you got it and you're like, okay, and I can't wait, like a personal favorite of yours?
Do you want to touch on some of the new ones? Like,
yeah, let's touch on some of the new ones.
Yeah. So one of mine.
We're always forgetting, not forgetting, but you're like, well,
there's too many of them.
Do you not know?
I mean, 14 doesn't sound, but like when you think about it, I mean, that's a lot of restaurants and that's a lot of wings.
Yeah. One of mine is Hot Pizza Cold Beer.
Yeah.
They're a brand new one this year.
Yeah.
They had a good wing.
They had a good wing.
Is it a massive wing like their pizzas?
No, it's not quite that
Their
big.
pizzas are insane.
I think one of the most exciting ones that we tried this year, because we go to every restaurant and we try their wings.
Yeah.
Not the judges.
Not the judges.
Not the judges. Just the team.
Just the team.
Yeah.
Just our
team. For resource marketing.
Just to let everyone know.
Well, we got to go get pictures of the wings anyway, so we might as well eat them. But Over Underbar had a really interesting wing this year. One that kind of blew us away.
You told me about that on the phone.
Yeah.
The other day. You were like, have you been there yet? I'm like, we never even posted about them.
I'm excited for you guys to try their specialty wing this year.
Yeah.
We got the specialty. They pull out all the stops. Like some of them are absolutely insane.
Some are pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I heard Duke's, I think, is going to do a bourbon glaze specialty wing this year. Wow. So they're starting to get really creative. And what's fun too for the restaurants.
Duke's won before last year, didn't they? Or,
last year,
Winsville,
Rock and Brews won People's Choice last year, and then Felix has won it the year before that.
Felix is in Dogtown.
Yeah, Felix is. I met them the other day, and they want to win again. Yeah, they're really excited. I mean, they don't want to. They're not just doing this. Just
And I think the cool thing about the restaurants for the wings, like they get to try a thing, and if they win some awards, they want to try to let's put it on the menu. Let's see if this really takes off. So I think it also
the trophies
helps.
in there. Like a lot of these restaurants have your guys' trophies in there. I mean, it's bigger than just UCP. This is a competition.
There's a restaurant out there. I won't mention them because they weren't able to come back this year. But on their menu, it actually says award-winning wings, and we're the award they won.
Yeah.
So
we had something like that where somebody put like STL Bucket List award-winning. I'm like, yeah, I guess, but we don't think of ourselves as like judges of things. Yeah. So it's like, oh, you won the STL, but it's still you're award-winning.
Hey, you won some, right?
Yeah, we'll take it. They cite it and put a star next to it and say where they got it from. But no, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Can't wait to see you guys next week for the event. We're going to be posting some ticket links when the episode goes out, and we're going to send this out on our email blast. So if you guys are listening, just go to our recent email that went out this morning, grab tickets, come see us, come take a picture with us that day. It's going to be really exciting. So I appreciate you, gentlemen.
And Lucas, thank you so much for being part of this for the last 4 years. You've really made such a huge difference in this event. And so we really appreciate the difference you make, not only for this event, but more specifically for the people that we get a chance to serve. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Thank you, guys. If you know Tecovas, you know that they make some of the best and most comfortable Western boots around. But what you might not know is that Tecovas has a store right here in St. Louis at Plaza Frontneck. Stop into their store and you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, jeans, belts, cowboy hats, and even apparel for both men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Come visit the Tecovas store at Plaza Frontneck and let them help you find your new favorite pair of boots or your first pair of boots ever. Tecovas, don't go gently. All right, St. Louis, we're back. And like I said, we have a celebrity judge, not a real judge. She's a lawyer, but we have Paige Sparks in the studio today.
What a compliment for calling me a celebrity judge.
You have like 400,000 people that follow your stuff. I mean, it's crazy.
I'll just correct you. It's like almost over 2 million on
2
both
million.
platforms.
I'm just looking on Instagram. But let's get into it.
I was joking. It's my first time ever being a judge. I'm just going to be wearing some new shoes for that.
I know. We're going to get you a new uniform, but we're both going to be judges. I don't know what category yet, but it's going to be fun. So we're going to be in St. Louis, downtown. We're going to be judging some of the best wings. Maybe, a little bit different than what you got on Washington, Missouri. So I want to hear a little bit about your upbringing.
Sure.
Tell us about your story and kind of we'll get into your content and also you being a lawyer as well.
Sure. I'm super excited to be a judge. I've never done it before, so I'm like kind of learning as I go of like how this all works. So I can't wait, but I love chicken wings. So when Kevin reached out to me, I was like, say less. Like, I'll pay you to do this. I want to
Let's
judge
go.
me. So I am a first generation lawyer. I come from a very humble background. I live in Washington, Missouri. I come from St. Charles too, but I've lived in Washington for like longer than I consider myself like more from there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm a little eccentric. I've always had like 5 jobs at once. I'm a hustler and I'm in therapy because when I'm not hustling, I don't know what to do. I'm like, this is too calm.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go to law school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do once I got there. And I had never really I was really blessed, not really had to try that hard. I have ADHD, so I'm like good at managing different things. And law school kind of blew me out of the water, literally. And so once I kind of adjusted, it's not like Suits. It's not fun like that. You just do a lot of crying most of the time.
Yeah.
But so once I adjusted, I actually was working somewhere where I was really mad that my employer, she was crazy, was really mean to me, and I just matched the energy because I'm also kind of crazy, and I got fired. So I didn't have a job in the middle of law school, like getting ready to graduate. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I got a job working at a local firm doing employment law, which is kind of how I got my first taste of discrimination, retaliation cases, and I am so passionate about doing that. Because of my background, not coming from a lot, not having resources, I know how scary that situation can be when you have a bad employer.
Yeah.
So I love doing employment law. Nothing tickles me more than taking a bad employer to the mat. Like I had someone call the other day, like wanting to know if they could get a case, and they're like, "Yeah, you from you Sue and so before they hate you," and I'm like, I love that, like more. I love that they hate me for making them follow the law.
When you're a lawyer, I mean, it seems like you said Suits, but like obviously that's what people see, but like they're freaking competitive about it. It's crazy.
It is super competitive. There are not a lot of employment lawyers, and we are all really good at like collaborating together. So that's nice because what's the phrase? It's like competition happens at the bottom, collaboration happens at the top. So like our employment lawyer group is really good about doing that. But in general, yes, that's why I was worried I wouldn't be able to get a job. And I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But it all worked out, and I learned how to do employment law, and if I say so, became pretty good at it. So
that's amazing.
So I do exclusively that now.
Oh, really? Okay. So you have your own firm now, or do you?
Yeah. I have my own law firm. Yeah. It was like simultaneously the scariest but most exciting thing ever to decide to do that.
Yeah.
I don't work with others well or for others very well, so it was time to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm really fortunate to do that though, because I can take a wide variety of cases. Some employment lawyers, so I do everything on contingency. So I front all the expenses, fees, and costs, and I only get paid if I get my client money.
Okay.
So for like a discrimination case, there are some lawyers that will only take like the home run hit ones because of that risk, which is totally fair. So since working for myself, I was able to shift away from that, and I do take the riskier ones, or maybe we don't have written proof, but this is what the timeline says, and I think there are still facts. So switching over to my own thing, I was able to make a little more risky decisions, and it's like that's kind of my niche now because other people don't do it quite as much. So like,
if you can work for your clients, like those people need help too. You
know?
And
they're always happy because they got turned down by 20 other people, you know. And I'm like, all right, we'll just try and see what we can do, and then hopefully get them a good result.
So tell me about the moment that you made your first video, because lawyers don't I don't know that many lawyers that do what you do because it's such a
scary.
It's a unique, it's same with doctors and like some of these other professions where there's like some things you can't do on the internet, some things you can talk about.
Yes, it's very intimidating.
When you posted your first video, were you working at the other firm or did you already have your own firm?
I was working at it for someone else, which made it even scarier because then I was not only was I getting fought in the comments, but they would call me up and be like, "What the heck did you just post?" And I'm like, "What?" Like the people.
And was it TikTok first or was it Instagram?
Yeah, so I started on TikTok. I was during the pandemic where I was like, okay, so I was making such a low salary as a plaintiff lawyer. You're supposed to this is what they sell you on, that you make a low salary, you bring in cases, and you get like commission basically on like things you settle or what you move. So the pandemic happened. Can't network, can't go out, can't do anything. Yeah. And I was like, I wonder what that TikTok thing they're all talking about is. Like, how could it be that bad? And then I quickly got addicted to it because it was like scrolling.
Of course.
And then I'm like, I bet I could make these videos like this. And it is very intimidating. You're right. A lot of lawyers don't do it. I actually got a lot of flack from local lawyers when I did do it. Lawyers are very rooted in tradition. It was kind of like when the lawyers that started doing car TV commercials, and they got a bunch of pushback and bar complaints. So I did experience some of that. Like one particular lawyer sent me a 45-page PowerPoint on how I was breaking Rule 4.1 for soliciting. And I'm like, everything I do is informational only. I very carefully follow the rules. I never say call me. I just kind of generally speak about either legal topics or cases.
Yeah.
So I started doing those videos. If you scroll all the way back, they're pretty like rough.
Yeah,
like
I'm going to after the episode.
Everyone starts somewhere. That should inspire
Kevin has.
everyone to do
Kevin
videos.
has.
Yeah. If you're listening right now, that should inspire you to start your own videos because that's what mine used to be.
Yeah. No, they all start somewhere and they all start bad typically.
Yeah. So I started doing those and then kind of floundered my way through it, and then I got more comfortable doing it. But lawyers are some of like the most insecure people you'll ever meet too. So everyone was kind of late to jumping on that. And so I really tried to corner the market of doing the videos and being like the go-to authority topic for that stuff. And it's hard to start, but it's even harder to maintain. And so that's what I've really been like, when I don't feel like doing it, I'm like, I got to go make the videos so that I can maintain this status.
Well, you have like an obligation to your audience at that point. And like you said, there is negativity that comes with that, but there's so much positivity that comes from that too. So you started on TikTok. How quickly, I just looked at your IG, but like how quickly did you see success? Because like you said, you're in a niche thing. It's like your market's only so big of people that even want to see these videos. So it's like, how quickly did you see a successful video? Did you go viral really quickly?
No, I did not go viral really quickly. And you really don't want to for people that are going to do their own content, because that's when you start getting like people that aren't your people who are like, who the heck is this guy? Or, saying the mean things about how I look or something like that. So I did not go viral fast. I had a slow growth, which was fine, which was good for me. And then actually, it's a really funny story. So I had to go to trip to New Orleans, which is like one of my favorite places. I almost like New Orleans as much as I like Herman, Missouri, actually.
I do love New Orleans too.
They're both great places. But we were getting ready to go on the 10-hour drive there. And it's always the video that you almost don't post that goes viral or gets like great recognition. So I did a Get Ready With Me, which people love to roast me for how I did my makeup. I mean, like sometimes you just can't win with that kind of thing, you know?
Course.
So I did like basic laws I see employers violate. And I kind of hurriedly did my makeup. I put it together real quick. I actually had a migraine for the whole drive down to New Orleans, 10 hours, dying. And then I woke up the next morning and it had, I think, like 27 million views or close to it. And everything just blew up from there. Wow. I think now it has over 30, and that's like my most viral video.
So is a Get Ready With Me video. So you're doing your makeup, but you're talking at the same time?
Yeah. I'd be talking and be like, I'd be like putting my eyebrow on and be like, and then they can't tell you that you can't talk about your pay with your coworkers. And then people really liked it. And people really didn't too. So like that's when you go viral. You get like a mixed bag of comments, or some people were like, this is too intimate. I don't want to watch you put your makeup on. And then I have like tons of women followers that loved it. So it's like you have to do what you like to do because you're going to get complaints anyway, either way.
So are you passionate about it? You like it now? Like, are you obsessed with? Are you still like obsessed with? Like, do you scroll a lot? Or
yeah. That's how I stay on trend. You know, so I am like, that's my toxic trait. I think everyone should do informational videos. I think the world would be a better place if everyone did. Yeah. So like, if I hear anything, my friends and family always, because I'll be sitting talking and I'll be like, can you do that again? That would be a really good video. Yeah. And that's just constantly how my brain works now.
In any industry, like they could be a plumber and they could make amazing videos on how to do it, and like people just don't understand. Like I follow this guy that has a coffee shop. He does all these amazing videos on like the business of the coffee shop, and like now his coffee shop's blown up. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. I wish more people would do that because it would help normalize doing that. But there's also like so much I have learned from both TikTok and Instagram, just from seeing people share what they've experienced or their life that otherwise you don't know. So I just think the world would be a better place if everyone did videos.
Yeah, I love content. And, I try not to scroll as much. Like I set parameters now, because I do.
I should do that.
I set time blocks during the day when I scroll for inspiration. And then I have
That's
time
really
blocks.
Disciplined.
And then I have time blocks for family time and all this stuff. Like I just have all things time block, which I never was that.
That's
you
impressive.
mentioned ADHD, and like I am not focused at all unless I do those blocks. But yeah, we are hyper niche as well. So we focus on St. Louis. So anything we post is within a 50-mile radius of St. Louis. So that's Illinois out to Belleville to Wentzville, like all these different places. Even Herman, we've done some videos out there and stuff too. But where do you get when you say inspiration? Because do you have a team that's helping you now edit the videos or anything?
I do all my content on my own. I'm a kind of a control freak, so I enjoy doing it all.
Like nobody has the login, or nobody's like logged in?
Oh, no. Nobody has access to anything. It's all me. Gosh. I don't think I'll ever relinquish it.
8 people logged into our thing because
really?
they're like doing because ours isn't face.
Instantly
ours doesn't
stressed
have
me
a face to the brand. Ours is just a logo.
That's true.
So it's a little bit easier for
That's
other
true.
people to create videos, but it's been so nice.
Yeah.
Like I haven't made a video this whole month and posts are just going out.
That would be nice, but I'm a control freak. So I don't I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking with people in the comments and stuff too. But like I could see how that works for some situations or people, but I have no plans to do that because it's kind of like my like free time. Like my relaxed time is creating and I can kind of get rewards through that. Like as far as like I like to be artistic and put stuff together. So
So what's for the creators out there, what's your like toolkit on how you make videos? Like
Okay, you're gonna be horrified.
what do you use for obviously filming? You use your phone, but like
Yes.
what apps are you using? Because like I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to share. I use my iPhone 13 mini to record and edit everything. I edit it in app in TikTok and I screen record it. If you click on like one of the text when you're editing, you can screen record it without a watermark.
Yeah.
And so then I just repurpose that to Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook too.
So you use
when I'm
TikTok
being-
just to edit the videos. That's
Yeah,
it.
I love editing in TikTok because I'm just, it's like, it's what I know. So I'm really fast at
because that's
it.
how you started.
Yeah.
And you're just like, they have an easier editing platform. Wow.
Yeah, for me it is
That's
like
crazy.
I can do a video in like 20 minutes or less if I do a basic like here's your legal right, here's this information, talk with a lawyer in your state. I can record it, edit it, and post it within 20 minutes just because I'm familiar with the app. But I know there's another one. There are some other free ones and stuff. I can't figure out the Instagram one. I tried. I'm gonna be really
We use CapCut.
really.
CapCut's
I've used that a
amazing.
few times, but that one does weird stuff with the watermark sometimes. If you don't make it happy.
there's like a app that I use that I can remove the watermark.
Oh, okay, that's
there's like
fancy.
an AI.
That's
is
fancier than
fancy
me.
now. So what about like mics and lights and stuff like that? Like, are you using lighting and stuff?
I
Or use the
stand
window?
in front of a window. Yep, I stand. I know mine's very
So that
low.
just shows that you don't need all
Exactly.
these fancy things. Like we
Yeah.
bought. I mean, we have 2 cameras in here now. This is like $10,000 worth of camera equipment that's just
Wow.
sitting here. And yes, the video is good, but you lose that authenticity when the iPhone talking head video. Like
Mhm.
if we went and produced a huge video with you, it would be really hard to get the same views. you know?
Yeah, it is definitely the style I like doing it. And like when I do it, I like it to be like I'm FaceTiming with whoever's listening and then we can really connect and they can ask questions or answer it or feel like you just called up your friend who's a lawyer who you have a problem with work. Like someone did an article once, it was my favorite title that they've ever called. They were like, your best friend lawyer bestie, because I make coffee sometimes while I do videos too or like different drinks or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's like you're talking, and that's what I want. So you don't have to be fancy. You don't have to get new equipment. I literally stand in front of my window with a phone and edit it in TikTok.
That's amazing. So what are you most excited about? Like, do you know people that are coming to the event?
No,
next week?
actually, so I'm bringing like a group of people because I'm really like
Well, you gotta
shy.
throw it up in your story.
Well, I know, but like I'm really shy and I don't know people, and so I'm
You
just
don't want like
nervous.
random people to show up off the link.
Well, that I'm actually a little scared of, to be honest, because some of the messages I get, I'm like, so I'm making my dad come to be security.
Okay.
Security, because someone's sending me weird stuff right now. But anyway, so I'm like a little hesitant to post the link, but of course I do.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to do. I'm bringing a group of friends. It's like my foodie friends are all coming, so I can't wait to. They've never been before because, of course, we're all kind of further away. So I'm dragging them to the city to come do this. So it'll be fun.
Make a day out of it.
Yeah, we're gonna
take
have a good
off,
time.
Take off, go to a couple lunch spots and stuff.
No, that's a good idea.
That's amazing. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, that is true. Like you just don't when you have that many followers, like and people that you just don't know who they are. And you
Yeah,
have a
some
public
people-
thing, and yours is your face, which is crazy. Like most people, even though we have a podcast, they don't even know who I am just because we have
See,
so
that would
many
be
different
nice.
posts.
Privacy is so nice once you get to like a certain size of that because like I've gotten death threats before off there and like nothing serious.
What about
but,
your
like,
local town? Does everybody follow you in your local town?
You know what? Yeah, and I don't like it because I feel like I
Like when
can't
you go to the grocery store
be
and stuff?
nuts or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other day my dog did something bad while we were at the park and I'm like, don't do that. And then I'm like, someone's going to post me on the What's Up Washington and say I was beating my dog. Like, oh my God. But yeah, I do. It freaks me out every time I get recognized. I love it when people come say hi, but like also it makes me kind of paranoid because I'm like, oh, I better be on good behavior, like not eating chicken wings
And you
weird
gotta be
or
on
something.
10. You gotta be like, you can't just be on your normal like slum stuff, like
not
going
relax.
to Walgreens or something. But
Yeah.
I think since we had a child, like my wife and I started the brand together, and it's like now we've been more and more private just because like having kids, you're just
That's
like,
a luxury,
You're
yeah.
just like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to really show people this. Like it's just weird. But no, I appreciate you for taking the time to come on. But I want to find out what's on your STL bucket list? I know you're in Washington, so you're about an hour away, but like when you come to St. Louis, what are a few spots that you're checking off your bucket list?
So I try to come to St. Louis periodically, and one of my really good friends, Claire Campbellman, she's my go-to. I'll be like, where are we going tonight? I want a cool bar, something cool. She's always got her finger on the pulse of something cool. So I don't know like a lot of places by name. I'll be really excited to see some of these restaurants that are coming to the Wingding because I would otherwise probably never go there.
Exactly.
So I don't have like a bucket list per se because I just like default to Claire and I'm like, where are we going?
So Claire
I love
is your guide, your tour guide?
Claire always knows where. Like, I'm so like country. I don't even know. There's like a bar that was like Wolf something that was really cool. She brought me to recently.
Yeah.
It was nice.
You said pop or you said something?
I like pop-up bars a lot.
Oh,
Like the seasonal ones. I think those are fun. Like
holiday
we'll come
pop-ups.
to like the Christmas one. I love that one.
Yes.
So I'll come to town to do stuff like that too. But otherwise I'm just usually like, Claire, where are we going tonight? And she has some cool place lined up.
The public schoolhouse in Cottleville has like really nice pop-ups there. They're doing a Harry Potter one right now.
You know what? What? Harry Potter one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I need to look that up.
You've probably been there. I mean, they did
No.
No?
No, I'm not. I've seen their Christmas ones, but I've never been there. But Harry Potter, I can definitely go there.
Yeah, they did I love pop-up bars. But yeah, Molly's in Soulard has they have like all types of like Christmas cocktails. It's just better. Eggnog, spiked.
Especially when they put them in those cute mugs and stuff. Yeah. Even though they're $20, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, to wrap up, Paige, I really appreciate you coming on. Can you tell people where to follow you? I follow you on IG, but you're on TikTok. Are you anywhere else?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, _ Paige Sparks, on TikTok as Lawyer Paige. That's how early I was to the game. I got like, what a cool name. That's how fast in I was in there. Yeah. On YouTube, reworking that. But otherwise, a lot of people add me on Facebook too, which is like, I accept all friend requests. So yeah, you can find me all those places.
And you post all the content on all of them.
Yeah, I try to mix stuff up, more personal stuff on my Facebook and Instagram for sure. Like anyone following my stories, we have like a stray cat saga going on right now that people can follow with. Yeah. But otherwise, TikTok is mostly just like all legal videos.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, we'll see you next week at the Wingding.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, but next week from when the podcast comes out. So thank you so much, Paige. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Today they rep St. Louis, yeah. They rep St. Louis. They rep St. Louis.